summer hasn't even begun yet, but it looks like we're having fall. It's just a yellow leaf. Hey, come on over here. Let's go over by the garden. I want you to see what Dory's doing. Come on.
Okay, Tom wanted to document our garden this year. Are these all mucho nachos?
Mm-hmm.
These are all mucho nachos. His favorite jalapeno. And these are Yukon Gold potatoes. Coming up nicely. Our rhubarb. These tall ones are the Super 100s. They're cherry tomatoes. And a celebrity regular tomato. And then two Wisconsin 55s. Now interspersed between these from here over are romaine lettuce. Romaine lettuce and some marigolds. And then we move on to sweet and neat. That's a yellow cherry tomato. And then starting from this brace on, it's interspersed with Blue Lake green beans. And these are Roma tomatoes. And more green beans down the middle. And then these are sweet banana peppers, followed by monster bell peppers. And then sweet heat peppers. They're not jalapenos, but they're peppers. And then holy moly, which are good for making moly sauce, which I've never made, but I plan to make some this year. And once again, there's green beans interspersed among those. You can see them coming up. And then starting here, this is some small head butter crunch. That's it. Lettuce.
Oh.
Some of those bigger ones.
Well,
and over here
what
too.
kind of peppers are these?
These are jalapeno lights.
Okay.
And then an eggplant.
Only one eggplant.
One eggplant. And then this is the butter crunch lettuce. And then red leaf lettuce. And then right along this rod is carrots. And then we've got...
It looks like the ground is starting to crack.
Yeah, a little bit. And then beets. Of course they're going to get thinned out, yeah. And radishes. And then on this yellow line is carrots. And then over here, closer to the marigolds, is carrots as well.
Oh, we have a bud coming on the marigold there.
Oh yeah. And this is our tool for holding the netting down. It's just medium-sized office clips. Hey, I had them, you know. That's what I had. That's
what Katie was wondering about, how we
keep them
down in the wind. And
well, that and the fact that we've just got, you know, we cut it longer and it's just a length of 3/4 inch water, you know, PVC. That weights it down too.
Yep. And then the PVC we're going to be using in the fall, we're going to put some plastic in it, on it, and roll it over, and then we'll have plastic so that we can utilize it more.
Extend the growing season.
Yes.
And if you want to come over this way, here's my hostas that were transplanted from that other bed about, I don't know, at least 5 years ago. And then over on this side of the house, we got onions. Do you remember, are these Vitalias?
No.
There's some kind of sweet onion though.
Yeah, they were sweet onion.
And then cucumbers. Oh, one lone mucho nacho. Over there.
And these get about 6 hours of sun during the day.
Yeah.
So we're going to experiment to find out how the mucho nacho grows compared to the other ones that are out in the sun at least 10 hours a day,
Oh, yeah.
maybe 11.
No, not that long.
Yeah. Another
Because from now, a good 8 hours at least.
So our marigolds are going to come into bloom probably this week.
Yeah, that'll be nice. And my daylilies. These are smaller yellow daylilies. And then the big orange ones. And then these are yellow daylilies too. And you'll notice these leaves are a little bit different. That's because they're a hybrid. They cross-pollinated the yellow ones and the orange ones. And these, often instead of having just 6 petals, some of them have 12 petals. And some of them have 6 petals that are yellow, orange, yellow, orange, yellow, orange. Alternating yellow and orange petals on the same thing. And then the peonies are doing good. Ants are doing their...
Are the ants on there?
There were ants before. I saw.
Oh,
Here
yeah,
we go.
there's-
Here's some.
Yeah, there's some ants.
They have to eat that outer coating to release them. And these are burning bush. These are our neighbors, but we really like them, so it's all good. And then there's Tom's table. What is this? This is green zucchini. What is this, Tom?
I don't know. Probably green zucchini.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Find out, huh?
And there's onions in here.
Where?
Right here.
Oh, in here. And this is cilantro.
That's cilantro. That's the yellow zucchini.
This is yellow
That's
zucchini.
probably yellow zucchini down here.
And zucchini, 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 zucchini.
Yeah, the zucchini.
What is this? Wait a minute. Oh, this is the patty pan. Oh, I think this one is the butternut. Butternut. And
Onions and potatoes.
onions and more potatoes. Okay. Boy, these trees are something. These started out as just weed trees a good 35, 40 years ago. And you know how they just spring up. And I just went through and cut them until they were spaced out like this. Took all the other ones out and let these grow up. And they're a good windbreak for the yard in the winter especially. But there's some kind of Chinese elm it's a messy tree. It's always dropping, stuff like this, which is, we have plenty of kindling for our chimney and stuff like that. But it's seen better days. You can see that it's leaking some sap, and that's all real bleached out white because it was leaking. So there's a lot of dead wood in there. But been there for over the years. And my nice welcoming geranium pots. I think says welcome. And I think this is Russian sage. I think. If not, it's, what's that other stuff?
That one that's real pretty purple?
Yeah.
Real bright?
It's a real bright blue. I can't remember what the name of it is. And then there's a red daylily next to that.
Yeah.
And then our former mailbox post, when they paved the road, they said that was too far away from the curb, and so we had to put in a new one. Well, we can't get that one out because it's in so good.
Mm-hmm.
So we just added it and made it more pretty. And over on the other side are my roses. And they got some buds on them. And this has been trained to go around the post. New growth. Look at all the buds. Look at this loaded. I just have to be careful to keep peeling the grapevine back from it.
This year we have to get some of these leaves, and then what are we going to make with that?
Oh, is it sarma?
Sarma. Yeah, I'm going to have to make some sarma.
Yeah. And there's a couple of volunteer daylilies. And I had some leftover bean seeds. So I planted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little things. We'll see if they come up.
Yeah. They were sitting in the water for like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, it's starting to stink. I went,
Starting to
let's put it in
stink.
the ground.
Yeah.
See if they come up. Yeah, I would, every year when the girls would send a gift certificate to Milgers, I would go and get one perennial. So every year, every year it's grown. And the perennials come up year after year. And that's just really nice. Over here, we have some chives, flat leaf chive, I guess they're called, and some Italian oregano. I had some leftover of the that other kind of the butter crunch lettuce. I put that in front, and our sugar snap peas are growing up. Ooh, it looks like some of them fell down. I wanted these to go over to the trellis, so I might have to do something with these.
Yeah, that one completely fell down there.
Yeah, that doesn't work. This is, oh, look at it. It's even got a bud on it. This is a light blue delphinium. And this over here is a dark blue delphinium.
Why is it so tiny?
Because it's the newest one. The other one's been here for a few years. And then we've got some basil and some rosemary. I don't use fresh herbs a lot in my cooking, but we have some token ones there. And this is a white phlox.
These are perennials then, right? Those come up every year?
We'll see. We'll see if they do. Yeah, these white phlox, when they get a little taller, they get up about like this with big white flowers on it, and it looks like our angel reading to the little person is on a cloud. And these are volunteer big daylilies.
Now, what do you mean by volunteer?
Well, I didn't plant them here.
Oh, okay.
They just got here thanks to the birds or whatever. And you can see where the irises are that they're crowding out here.
Okay.
These irises, like this, used to be all the way over to the phlox, but not no more. And the candy tuft is just about done, but it's a pretty ground cover. And Shasta daisies have got buds on them. That's good. And asters, these are kind of a pinkish red aster. They don't bloom till the fall though. I want to get some like, just some impatiens, just to give a little color in this bed. A leftover cuke, we thought we'd just put that in there. These are the newest perennials, this year's version, red dianthus or carnations. The ones in the back are pink. They've been there for a few years. Coral bells, which I love. And the coneflower, which is red. And you can tell I like red. And my columbines. They start out being real pale blue or purple, and then they turn white. And another coneflower. And I can't remember, like I said, I can't remember what these are, but they're pretty. I think they got yellow flowers on them. Yeah. And then my old-fashioned bleeding hearts. And they've spread over here. And then this is a fern leaf bleeding heart. Flowers are a little bit shaped a little bit different, and they last longer. It will bloom longer through the summer. And then and a stilbe. And then we've got some cucumbers that I'm going to put some chicken wire behind so it can crawl up by the fence.
What about these?
Oh, geraniums.
Those are all geraniums.
Just like that are in the front of the yard.
Planted all the way down.
Yeah, that would give a nice pops of color. And this is a bed of all Swiss chard. I see my honey has put some chicken wire over it so that and some bird netting. Oh, this over here is spinach. Looks like they've been digging up a little bit.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
They're grabbing it. So we have to do something because it's all dug up over here already.
Oh yeah, they did.
So they like spinach.
Yeah.
So okay, we'll have to seed some spinach today. I'll do that.
And then there's the grotto with the I think it's called, couldn't remember if it's called Snow on the Mountain or what, but that spreads. It started out over here along the house, and I transplanted some back over here and that's taken off. And now I'm going to thin some of that out, and some that's growing over around my hydrangeas, which aren't doing very well. I'm going to take the Snow on the Mountain that has gone over there, and I'm going to transplant it along the fence farther over there. And then I'm going to dig out the hydrangeas and put them back where the compost thing by the fence, so they'll get a lot more sun and do a lot better there. This is a climbing hydrangea that has been here for, I don't know, 8 or 10 years, something like that. Oh, and I bring my hibiscus tree out every year for the summer. It's got some new growth here. And I cut it back, and shape it back a little bit. These are seed pods that after they've bloomed, what I'll do is when they're in bloom, I'll take the leaf above it and rub the pollen off on the leaf, and then apply it to the staple like that, and then that makes a seed pod. I've got all kinds of seeds inside. I'm going to use an egg carton and start a bunch, so we'll see what that does. I like them. They're big red flowers about like this. Single bloom. He's nice. Homey. Well, that's about it. So come over and enjoy us sometime.